Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Wada, the only Live Past Crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me. Good morning.
I can feel that it looks good.
Rosie's getting beautified over here.
They could have done
I'm trying to talk softly because Rosie says I often scream at you guys. She's just confirming that her hair looks good this morning. Miss Margaret said good morning.
Good morning.
Chef Eric, did I see you pop in? I sent you a text message. Did you get it?
You just be calling people out.
Yeah. Well, I sent him a message. It was something that could benefit him. If you didn't, let me know, and I would. I think I have a cough drop in mine.
Do you want some more water?
No, I got some water. Look at my thing. Good morning, everybody. The only Live Past Crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me?
Sorry, y'all.
That's all right. She says she loves that look, Rosie.
Thank you.
She got up and did it this morning. Okay, that's all I wanted to know, Eric. That's all. Hey, after I yelled at you.
I didn't do it this morning. I said it last night, and I finished it this morning.
Yeah.
I touched it up.
She touched up her hair this morning.
Okay.
And then we grown folk talking, Miss Rosie. We got this. That's right. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show this week. I've been learning a lot about myself this week. And that's what this journey is all about. So, today, y'all, and I'm going to reference this story. If y'all missed the story where I talked about how I got arrogant on my change, like when I started changing my life, how I got arrogant, and I told y'all not to be like me in your arrogance and your growth. Go back and that's been almost 2 weeks ago. Please go back and watch that. I think it's entitled "Don't Be Like Me," where I was so arrogant in my growth, and I sent out that nasty email letter to 50 of my friends telling them how I'm trying to live my best life, and I didn't want no part of their negativity in mine. And if they couldn't call and talk to me and say something positive, they couldn't talk to me at all. Oh, yeah, and Kiva said good morning and happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Good morning.
Y'all go back and watch that video, because that was a truth moment. Like,
that was funny.
And only one of my friends, she was like, well, baby, we just assumed you were going through things. And afterwards, I was embarrassed. But at the time I sent that email, I was not embarrassed, honey. I was all in. I'm growing and you not growing. I'm living my best life. Please go back and watch that. So, today's Fearless Thought for the day kind of ties into that. What do you do when you want to motivate people to change, or to see maybe what they're doing is not working for them, and that you've learned something better? This is a long title. And that you've learned something better. You just want better for them, and you try to tell them, but they ain't checking for you. Like they don't care nothing about you, nor anything you got to say. How do you do that? First of all, don't be like me. Don't be arrogant. Please be extremely humble in this change, y'all. Don't be like JoJo. I was so arrogant when after my first 6 months of counseling. What? Arrogant? My ego was on 10,000, like I'm getting my life together and y'all ain't. Please be humble. Please be humble. There's a level of confidence and ego you have to achieve your change, but you don't want to go to the far deep end. So, how do you get people when you're excited and about your change, and you want to share it with other people in hopes to motivate them to change? First off, you can't force anybody to do anything. Margaret, you already know I was on 10,000. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. I felt that from my soul. Love you.
Okay. Anyway, I forgot to tell you, I'm doing an audition for solo, like, first 8 matches and 8 matches.
Oh, you doing a solo audition? Congratulations. Yeah. When is it, today?
Yeah.
And you just not telling me?
It's today and tomorrow.
Y'all send Rosie positive vibes. She's auditioning for a solo today. She's just now telling us. So, good luck. It is so. A to the men. Feel it in your spirit, down in your soul, in your pinky toes. You will come out with the solo. Oh, what kind of rhyme? She shut the door on me. Love you. Have a good day. Be peaceful, sweetie. Tell Valerie to be peaceful. All right. So,
know who Valerie is.
Not Valerie. Valerie, you be peaceful too. I meant Melody.
I'm not going to see her.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Love you.
Right, girl. Let me tell you. My ego is on too. So, no, y'all don't be like me. So, the first thing is you don't force people. Don't be like me. I was forcing people to want to change. Right? She tell us what we... Rosie is a whole different topic. Can we talk about this weekend? Okay. Yeah, Rosie, y'all, I don't worry about Rosie. Her confidence level is on a gazillion. Like, everything that she does, she's so confident with. And she's kind of arrogant. She's kind of arrogant with it. Like, Rosie, she was like, I'm confident in myself, and it's not my fault that other people are not confident in their ability, but I know what I can do. And that's often her response to a lot of things. I don't know where she gets that from. I have no clue where she gets this stuff from. No clue. All right, so the first thing, if you want people to change, right, you don't force them. You can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to be. When I tell y'all, that was the hardest lesson for me to learn ever in life up until the other day where I thought I was going to bust a blood vessel trying to communicate a thought to get somebody to understand or perhaps think a different way. And I felt myself going into crazy, and I literally stopped myself mid-word. And I checked myself. I said, whoa, JoJo, what the world is you doing? First of all, calm down. Second, this ain't your life, so calm down. Number 3, you can't change nobody. What is you talking about? Only thing you can do is educate and move on. So you can't force people to change. I gave you the side. I know she get it from me. I felt it coming through, Margaret. I felt it. So I can't force anybody to change. Nobody can. This is what you can do. And I learned this, and I think this week I kind of forgot, because, you be in the heat of the moment, you forget. So you can't force anybody to change, but what you can do is change your direction. So when I was living past crazy, and I got all these new rules, and I wanted my family and my friends to treat me different, after I got past, the nasty ego letter that I sent them, and more counseling to figure out, JoJo, you can't change nobody, number 1. Number 2, you got to let the know-it-allness go. And number 3, be okay with the change that you're doing. And if I want to see change, and it's true, you got to be the change you want to see. So, yes, thank you. Thank you, Michael LPC. I need a t-shirt with that on that, please, somebody. Thank you. Yeah, if you never ask, you never know. So what I did was I realized I had to change my direction if I wanted to live. If I wanted to educate other people on how to stop the cycle of crazy, I needed to change my direction on how I was getting them to do that. And for the relationships I had with people to change. So if I wanted my family and my friends to treat me different, I could not force them to do that. I could lay out the stipulation, and it's not an ultimatum. I informed them, and you don't have to. You can simply do this by action. And I had to learn that too. I had to change my direction. So what that meant was I had to always be mindful of the conversations I was having and why. What was my intent? What's my intention? And why am I saying yes? If I talked to somebody I knew that was going to take me to 10,000, I had to be conscious of why was I even having this conversation? one. And then number two, always, what is the outcome? What is the result I want from this interaction? And what do I want them to see from me? So what I did was I stopped reacting how they assumed I should react or how I used to react to the situation. Here's what's happened. So if you come at me crazy out the side of your neck, JoJo from Far City would become Miss Know-It-All. Thank you, Michael. You're going to make me a theme song. So if you talk to JoJo out the side of her neck some type of way and you was acting crazy, I was going to check you with every degree and letter I had behind my name. And then probably say words and will probably tell you, I'm going to say words that your great-grandchildren are going to have to look up and describe for you. Because you, my friend, don't have the mental capacity to understand what I'm trying to convey to you. That's the old JoJo. And I would say that with all the attitude my little 5'2" body could muster. Right? But then, as I was learning that I want people to see, one, that I've changed, and I want to motivate people or inspire them or perhaps give them an idea to do something different to change, I had to change my behavior. So I stopped reacting the way they knew or assumed I would react. So when that happens is, a couple things are going to happen. When this situation, whatever it is, comes about, let's say you're having a conversation with your mama, and she is telling you how to live. Keeper know. Keeper know. Me and Keeper been friends. Courtney 22. Me and Keeper been friends at least 25 years since freshman year of college. So yeah, 25 years. So Keeper know, because Keeper is the first to tell you she didn't like me when she first met me. Keeper's like, JoJo, I just did not like you, and it took her a minute to like me. So Keeper has truly seen some growth over the years. So what will happen when you start? So if you're having a difficult conversation with your mama, I'm guilty. I mean, it was something that I would have to tell my mama and I didn't want to. Or even if I tried to broach the subject, y'all know the mama, well, now, JoJo, what you not? And, you know, she's going off on her tangent. And the old JoJo would try to be like, well, mama, you don't. And I'd be right there with her. The new JoJo, after counseling and understanding there's some steps, is, okay, I'm going to have this conversation with my mother, but I'm not going to interact how I normally interact. I'm not going to, because sometimes I wouldn't argue back with my mother. I would simply be silent because it's just too much. I don't want to argue. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh my Lord. And I would think that, right? But then when I changed how I interacted with the situation, that it throws them for a loop, number one. Rosie is always bringing her random friends over to say hey to me. I don't know why that is, but we about to see why.
I left my water.
Good morning. Good morning, sweetie. Who is this, Rosie?
This is Maggie.
Hey, Maggie!
Hi.
I'm JoJo. Nice to meet you. I love your nails.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so you just came back for the water?
Yeah, really.
I love you too. Have a great...
do you have an apple, maybe?
No, I didn't bring an apple today. Do you need money?
Yeah.
I'll put some money in your account.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you. Have a great... Be peaceful, Maggie. She brings random children to the car to say hey. Anyway, so once I changed how I talk to my mama, y'all, first of all, she said, JoJo, you not grown. Who are you not to be talking to me about this when I done told you this is what it's going to be? And for me, because I didn't have my big girl panties all the way on, I couldn't respond sometimes because I just, I couldn't. I was trying to do, like they said, change your direction. It's going to be difficult because they're expecting a certain outcome from you that you're not giving them anymore. And so they're going to think, first of all, why is she not reacting like she should be? Because she know who I am, and how dare her not to be reacting this way, number one. And then number two, are you being disrespectful to your mama? Number three, now why is JoJo doing this? And it makes them think, if you are continuously changing how you interact with your crazy, eventually your crazy, number one, is going to adjust to the new you, or your crazy is just going to leave because it's not getting the same interaction that it used to from you. Does that make sense? So if you got that crazy ex, your baby daddy or whatever, and they know they can get you on 10,000, but you stop interacting with them so they can't get you on 10,000, and you change how you respond, just imagine how the relationship changes. Just saying. So how you change is you change in your behaviors, you change in your thoughts, you change in your responses, you change in your interaction time. Because if somebody can get you on 10,000, I'm all in. I used to be all in. Oh, you want me to be on 10,000? Let me show you how I can be on 10,000 with you. Let me show you. And I'm going to go all the way in. I'm a Cancer, and I can have a slight attitude sometimes, and I can hold a grudge. So I'd be like, oh, let me show you how this is really done. And I would go all in. But when I decided that was consuming too much of my time and my energy, and I changed how I reacted to it, I can't force change. You can't. Only force of change I can do is upon JoJo, not anybody else. I can't force it on my daughter's father, my mama, my sister, my cousin, my friend, her husband. I can't force it on anybody. I can only change the direction of myself. And so by changing my direction, I have to change my behavior, change my thoughts, change my mouth, change my response time, and my interaction time. And y'all know what happened when that happened? I freed myself of so much stress. Like, I was stressing myself out. Please understand, you're crazy. They not stressed out. If you're trying to have a difficult conversation with your mama, it ain't stretching your mama out near bit. Please understand, your mama is well equipped to handle anything you about to bring up to her, boo. She can handle it, and she can handle you. Because Sophronia Sanders, no, she could tear it down in 2.5 seconds. Do you understand me? I am my mother's child. Throw in some Gerald Water, and you got a heck of a combination. But when I changed how I interacted with that, it changed the relationship. Because sometimes when we want people to see change, and we want them to be different because we want better for them than they want for themselves, sometimes they can't hear it from our mouth. It's just not going to work. We can't do that. It's not going to work. I don't even know what else to say. It's not going to work. They don't care nothing about what you're saying. They don't care where you're going. You've got to show them by the action. And the action is you changing your direction and your thoughts and your behavior and your attitude, your reaction time, your response time. And here's something I learned yesterday. You can yell by keeping your mouth shut. Isn't that an amazing thing? You can yell by keeping your mouth shut. And I think I knew it. I just never heard it in words like that before. And that's what this change is. That's what the change is about that I'm talking about. When you change your behaviors and your interaction with people and you want to yell at them, you yell at them in action. You don't have to yell at them with words. You can yell by keeping your mouth closed. And what I have yelled at many of relationships without opening my mouth. That meant I stopped answering the phone. That meant I stopped responding a certain way. That meant texts that came through that will often get a quick 2-second response. They get deleted, or comments get deleted, or somebody trying to. And y'all know the word I hate. And I ain't talked about this in a time. Is little. I dropped the people. I didn't say I dropped the people, but I was more mindful of my interaction with people who, because you got to look at people's intent. Because what's in your heart is going to slip out your mouth. So when people say, JoJo, how your little business doing? JoJo, how's that little hair product you got going on? How's that little show you got going? The first time that they say little, they are automatically diminishing everything that you've ever put in place or done or tried to achieve. To them, when they say little, it's not as important. They don't really care. They are not acknowledging anything that you are doing, because little in any context of that conversation means I don't believe in you. I don't believe in what you're doing. And to me, I can't even acknowledge that it's real. That's why I'm going to put little in front of it. Are we guilty of that? I used to be guilty of that. And then when I became more mindful of my words, I became more mindful of my intent and my intention with relationships and conversations. Like when I talk to people now, what is my intent of this conversation? What is the intention that I want for both of us to receive? And so when I started being mindful of what people said to me as I was changing the direction, because I can't force anybody to change, I became mindful of what they were saying. And that helped me along the way to decide what relationships continued and what relationships did not continue. Because I had a hard time thinking about that. Because everybody's my friend. And then I made excuses for them. I made excuses. I don't know why Rosie is calling me when I can see her. Isn't that amazing? I can see her, but she's calling me. Okay. So you got to think about that and that makes it a lot easier for your change. So if you want somebody to change, you absolutely can't force them. I'm so guilty of that. I'm going to force you to change because, oh, boo, you can be so much greater. But sometimes you have to yell by keeping your mouth closed. And that means your actions and your behaviors have got to speak volumes for you. So when I got committed for real to my change, I didn't have to tell anybody what I was doing, because here's a growth moment, y'all. Confessions and conversations. Here it is. Here's a growth moment. Because when I became for real about living past crazy and the change, and this is things I need to do, it became less and less important what I said to people about what I was doing. Because then it didn't matter. I kept my mouth closed and let my actions speak. Yes, and that's when I tell you that was hard for me, because I had friends and I was like, surely this can't be all you want in life. Surely. But then I had to realize everybody don't want the same things in life. I may want you to be great and go live your best life, but your dream may be to stay right where you are, work that 9 to 5, and come home every day and just watch TV. And you're happy with that. And if that's what makes your soul happy, I'm happy for you. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow, because I think, everybody should want grandiose things, or thoughts, not material things. I'm thinking for your life, for your children. Like, I want to give my best version of me while I'm here. Why waste my time on earth being mediocre? Why are we doing that when our God is the king and we were made in his image and we live in his kingdom? What part of any religion, somebody help me understand, says that we are to be less than, have lack, not have, just settle, and just skate? What religion says that's okay? I just want to know. But that's a side point. So when you're trying to change, let your behaviors, your thoughts speak for you. And when I became focused on that part, it became less and less important what I was telling other people about change. Girl, let me tell you, I got a new thought process, and I read this book, because everybody ain't gonna like a brain science book. Everybody ain't gonna like, thank you, Michael. Everybody's not going to want to hear about meditation, and maybe if you just be quiet for a minute, you can hear your answer. Everybody, they don't really care. What they care about is the action that you're going to present before them. You can yell by keeping your mouth closed. I'm just saying. So think about that today on this Thankful Thursday. Thinking Thursday. If you watch Margaret, the Job Coach, it's Thinking Thursday. Think about that today. Okay? You can yell by keeping your mouth closed. And you cannot force anybody to change. And if for me, it was hard with my family to get them to, I couldn't say I wanted to force them to respect the change I was doing. I wanted to force them to accept my change, but I could not, because my family could only love me to what they could see, to their capacity. And that's their capacity, and I've got to accept that, because that's as far as their love can take me. And that's where your purpose partners and your friends come in, because you got your safety net of your family here, but on the other side of this is fear. And your family and friends are afraid of that because they don't know that. They know this to there. They can keep you safe and love you to here. Past that, they can't love you. And so they may say, oh, JoJo, don't go do that. And I had to understand this. It's not that they don't want more from me. It's not that they don't love me. It's just that their capacity to love me only takes them this far. And so your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your cousin, they only want to keep you safe. And they can only keep you safe to here. They can't keep you safe here because they don't know what's here. But you're right here on this verge of, I'm more afraid of going back than I am going forward. So I got to go. So let them love you to here. You pick up your purpose partners and your friends, and we love you on the other side of that. Does that make sense? That's where your purpose partners come in. That's where your friends come in. That's the people you can call and have those real conversations, non-judgmental, because it's a judgmental-free zone. Because who am I, honey? I can't. If y'all missed the quote the other day by Rosie's rapper NF, he said, church is where I found God, but it's also where I learned to judge people. Just saying. Sometimes even your church family can't help you because they're busy judging you. I didn't mean to say that, but I meant it. So in this change, you don't force people. Hallelujah, Kiba. A to the men. A to the men. A to the man. I'm just saying. Amen. You can't force people to accept your change, but I can change my interaction and my actions and my thought process. If I want to scream at them, I'm going to yell by keeping my mouth closed. That means I'm going to slowly change my interaction with people. And if it's important, if we're here and you're yelling and screaming, but I've changed my focus to over here, either you're going to, one, think I'm crazy. Number two, we both going to be crazy. At Kiva, and pass the plate. But what you'll find is when you change your direction from here with your crazy to your direction and your focus is over here, your crazy is either going to leave because it's not getting the interaction that it used to, or people are going to decide it's worth the investment to change with you. You can yell by not opening your mouth. You don't have to open up your mouth to yell, boo. And if y'all know, I'm loud. Rosie says I scream at y'all every morning, but I'm from the country and I grew up around loud people. I'm just a loud talker. And when I learned that my mouth doesn't have to be loud, my actions can be loud, that's when you become deadly, my friends. I ain't got to, that's when you become strong, my sister. That's when you trust that knower. When you realize, what your mama say, I can show you JoJo better than I can tell you. Come in here with that bad grade one more time. But she ain't never tell me that because y'all know I was a nerd. But she told my sister that. She told Gravy that. She told me that about the kitchen because, I wasn't getting in nobody's kitchen to cook nothing. I was busy reading a book. JoJo, I can show you better than I can tell you if I come home and these dishes dirty one more time. Let me show you. Go ahead. Be your mama today. Show me better than you can tell me. And some people, that's what it's going to take. Change your direction. And that simply means you don't force them. You change your thoughts. You change your behaviors. You change how you interact. The process. And here's the key to that whole process as I close this out. You got to be consistent with the change. Like, okay, JoJo, you changing? Yeah, I'm changing. You know how we talked ourselves. You changing for real, girl? Yeah, I'm changing for real. I got this. Okay, I can show you better than I can tell you. Then show me, boo. Be consistent. If you're going to change, be consistent with it. Stay steady with it. Don't move out of your rhythm. And then what will happen is you realize that you're not knocked off balance by the crazy that comes to you because you focused on something else. Just saying. The things that used to trigger you don't trigger you anymore. Like, y'all know, I got a baby. my daughter's father. I don't have a baby daddy. See how you change your words? Growth, honey. All the way growth. My daughter's father, back in the day, oh, Jesus, could get me to 10,000 in less than 1 second. I could hear his voice and be on 10,000. It took nothing for me to get there. And if he was on 10,000, I was going to meet him with 100,000 more than he could ever think about. Oh, I was all the way in. But when I changed how I interacted with my trigger, the relationship changed. Now, I ain't saying we the best of friends, but we friends. Because I think we are always friends, but we friends for real. I have his best interest at heart. I pray for him. I wish him well. Whole different relationship when you change how you interact with your triggers and the things. I simply stopped. I became consistent with how I responded to my crazy. And I said, I can show you better than I can tell you. And I walked that thing out. Girl, know your strength. Show them better than you can tell them. You can do this. Be consistent. You can yell by not opening up your mouth. So that is the Fearless Thought for today on this Thankful Thursday, Thinking Thursday. What other Thursday is it? It's not taco. I'm a taco person every day of the week, so it doesn't matter to me. But on this great Thursday, the sun is shining. The day is beautiful. If you're looking for a miracle like you prayed for one last night for an answer to your question, I'm here to remind you that the miracle woke up this morning and the answer is inside of you this morning. God, and that's how he gave it to you. You prayed for a miracle. He woke you up. Ta-da, you are it. He put the answer inside of you. So please today have more faith in the fact that you are the answer that you are seeking. You have it within you. It is there. When you move, when you make room for the answer, it will come. I promise. So on today, y'all, don't force the change. Don't force your change on somebody else. And if you want to motivate them, inspire them, and try to get them to see that there's more life to what there is, you don't force them. You simply do it by you changing your direction, your behavior, your thought process, your interaction, your response time. And you yell by not opening your mouth. Okay? Think about that. What is your intent? What's your intention? And why are you saying yes? Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. I greatly appreciate everybody. Y'all, I really do appreciate y'all watching the show. Like, who am I? I'm just JoJo. Who y'all supposed to be listening to me? But I do know crazy. And I don't want you to stay in the crazy like I stayed in it for years. I don't want you to do that. So I share my story in hopes that it's going to help somebody. So livepastcrazy.com. You can grab I Am My Sister's Keepers t-shirt if you would like one. Don't forget bit.ly. Foundations Matter is where you can. I'm frowning because the sun is in my eyes. Foundations Matter is where you can get the 5 ebook series about how, make sure that your foundation is set so that as you move past this crazy, nothing's going to knock it off. You're not going to be deterred. Like, you're going to be on it because you're consistent with your change, and that's all that matters. So, all right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. Please be careful out there, and compliment a sister or a brother today. Thank you, Michael. Michael, have peace, blessings, and abundance to you on this day, my brother. I hope you have an amazing day. Compliment a sister today. Y'all, I done it so much. The people at work used to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, oh, thank you. You can change somebody's life by giving them a simple compliment. Girl, I like that shirt. You rocking that skirt. Your hair looks good. Oh my God, I love, like this little lady in the grocery store the other day. I said, ma'am, your earrings are gorgeous. 25 minutes later, because that's all she needed was an open invitation to say hey. And we were best of friends. Compliment somebody today. It will change somebody's life. Thank you, Keeper. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Please compliment somebody today. Be peaceful today. Don't let nobody mess up that. Be settled in your spirit today. All right. I will see you guys. Oh, tomorrow is Good Friday. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing day. Be safe. And I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.